Hi, and welcome to 3.4. 3.4 is about Java docs, which are a particular style of commenting used in Java sometimes. Um, Java has these built in. It's basically what comes into the method as parameters and what leaves the method as return. And it starts with slash star star, ends with slash star. Now, everyone always asks me, oh, but comments aren't really necessary, are they? Well, comments are very necessary. They tell everybody what's going on. They tell other people who are looking at your code what's going on. Um, they're necessary in the same way spaces are necessary in Java. You could probably get away with not using any spaces, but man, would it be hard to read. And without comments, so would your code. So here's how it looks: slash star star. Every other line gets a star. Then you end it with star slash. We have at params, which are these int x and int y, which come into the method, and what it returns. So this is a very simple one because it just takes into values and returns two others. Again, this doesn't look much different than the slide before. Here's your params. Here's your return. And that's about it for the slides. Let's take a look at the code. We know the answer. It's obviously not to cure bugs. It's a comment that states the functionality of what the method does. Here we go. Here's the code. Is in range. So we want to, and the assignment tells us, take three parameters: num, min, and max. Even gives us the signature. And we want to return true if it's in range, false if it's not. So let's do the comment. This is the number to check. We're checking min and max, lower and upper bound. And it's inclusive, so we'll need to know that when we code. Alright, so we're going to write an if statement and return true or false. Let's think. We want it to be num is less than or equal to max, or rather end, because it could be under min and still satisfy that condition. And num is greater than or equal to min. And we're returning a boolean. Otherwise, don't really need to write an if else. This terminates the code, so we're not going to return double if this is true. I think that should do it. Very cool. Moving on, some range. We want to, and again, this is hand graded, so we need our Java docs, even though they're not started before you. Slash star star, star slash. We can just press enter to get a few more. It's kind of strange to me that my code is not. There we go. We have two params, and what are we returning? This is computing the sum from A to B. If we sum integers, we'll get an integer returned. So at param A, starting number. Oh, we have to write int. And I didn't do that on the last one, did I? Is this inclusive? Yes, it is. And what are we returning? Return int the sum of a plus 1, a plus n. Well, you know, from A to B. We get the idea. It'll make sense in the code too. So we're going to do a for loop, right? For int I equals starting number. Int I is less than or equal to the ending number. Increase by 1. We're going to need a sum to hold this, aren't we? So we need to initialize that outside of the for loop. And here we go. Sum plus equals I. Return sum. That should do it. Few errors. Okay, let's take a look. Test cases. Fretta.class. That's strange. Hold on 1 second. So if you weren't sure of my mistake, this int here threw it off because we don't want to re-initialize I. It's already initialized. Whoopsie. So that's that. Alright, don't know if this one's JavaDoc, but I'm doing it anyway. Just so everyone can get more practice. Okay, we have @param int a. We have @param int b. We have @return boolean. I have no idea what I'm even supposed to be doing yet. I haven't looked at the assignment, but I do know that I have these parameters and I am returning a boolean. Let's see what the assignment wants us to do. Is a divisible by b? Return true or false. So I would probably just use a modulo. So if a is divisible by b, so a modulo b 0. Return true. Otherwise return false. And that's it. I think the solution had a way to do it with doubles. Nope, they used it my way. The other way, if I think it was they used int casting to do it. So if you divide a by b, if it is divisible, it should have the same value as a casted version of a divided by b. How did I wind up with a comment there? It seems strange. Strangely, I don't know what's going on here with this highlighting. Because the code works despite it looking like it's a comment. And A not being highlighted, very weird, but code works. That's the other way to do it. If you cast it like this, then suppose you had 5 divided by 2, you get 2.5, and since it's an int, it would just become 2. But as a double, it would be 2.5. That was a clever way I saw people do it in class, but of course the other one is this. Here we have Fahrenheit to Celsius. Again, not auto-graded, you have to do JavaDoc, so let's write those out for you. We have a double degrees. Converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. I can't spell Fahrenheit. It's right there, but we are going to return a double the temp in C. I'm kind of avoiding writing degrees again. I'm going to change this because we were using degrees, so why use the same name? Equations are right here. We just have to change F to degrees. And in this configuration, we'd have to cast it. Because we're doing it, remember, we're doing left to right, so 5 divided by 9 is an int there. So we have to cast it. Return. That should do it. Obviously my spacing's off, but it works. Java's spacing agnostic. Like I said, you don't even need spaces. The other way you could do it without casting is moving this over here Since degrees is already a double, we don't have to worry about casting because it'll be double times something, which makes it a double. Fix your spacing. And that's it for 3.4.